adjust the tripod here. Let's see, is that gonna work? All right, the lighting isn't great. Yeah, it's not good at all. Let's see, change this. How's it going? Golly, we already got 100 people in here? This is crazy. Hold on, I'm fixing my setup here. Okay, all right. Man, that is, the lighting. Lighting is just not good, is it? What can we do? What can we do? Let's see if this is better. All right. It's dark and dreary. We don't like that. Let's find a better lighting. Thank you guys. Thanks for sticking with me here. All right, that's better, right? Okay, thank you for bearing with me here. Ooh, that's way better, huh? All right, cool. All right, so this is going to be a little different. I put in there, I'm coming clean. So I'm going to share some stuff I've never shared before. And it's stuff that some of it I think maybe I didn't have an awareness of. But I just, I gotta do it. Gotta do it. So I did take a bunch of notes. And I don't know how much of these notes I'm going to get through. I'm going to get through a few. Just because out of integrity, I told you I would share some notes. How you guys doing? I see Kentucky. What time is it in Kentucky? Are you in Kentucky right now? That's like really late. Oh, it's like 1:15. Got it. All right. Awesome. South Carolina. Very cool. Denver. All right. So I just saw Tony Robbins live at the Eric Worre GoPro event, which kudos to Eric, playing big. Freaking amazing. I'm really, really honored to be connected with him. He's a really amazing guy. And I was honored to be on stage today. I was on with just some amazing rock stars on a panel, pretty short little segment, but I'm very, very grateful to be on there. Grateful that Eric asked me, of all the people he could ask, he asked me to be on there. And so super, super grateful for that. And you know, so Tony just got done speaking and was just absolutely amazing. Yes, he is all he's cracked up to be. So maybe you've heard of Tony Robbins, or maybe you've, maybe you've read a book, or maybe you've watched one of his programs. But if you haven't seen him live, there's nothing like it. And, you know, I'm just, I don't really get, honestly, I mean, I study speakers. I don't really get that motivated, to be honest. I don't really get like fired up, you know, from speakers. I don't know why. I just don't typically. But he rocked my world, man. He got me in some good places, some really good places. And you know, the things that I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna cover only a little bit of the notes. In fact, there's one thing that really, really jumped out at me, and that's the science. He said there's two things that you need if you want to master your life. There's two things that you need to master, and that is the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. And that's what really hit me hard. And, you know, so this is going to be a little different Periscope, guys. I just want to give you a heads up. So it's going to be, you know, some emotions are probably going to come out. Some different things might come out. But, you know, the art of fulfillment, you know, and he shared a story about Robin Williams, about how successful he was. And I'm all teared up because, you know, like I really appreciated Robin Williams and the value he brought to the to the marketplace and what the roles he played. I mean, Good Will Hunting, amazing. All these different things that they're just amazing. And but he hung himself, and so it kind of a combination of some of the things that Tony was saying and that story. It really it made me realize something. I haven't really paid attention to the different things that we've been able to do through the science of achievement. In 2009, I made $19,000. I was dead broke. I was not paying my bill. My girlfriend at the time was working at the Nordstrom makeup counter, paying my utility bills. And many of you know that story. And that's how it is. That's just how it was. But I believe, but I haven't I haven't allowed in what we've done since. I remember 2013, that was our very first $1 million year. And I wanted to make $1 million, right? And the instant I hit it, the instant that we realized, okay, we made over $1 million, my first thought was not of gratitude, was not of joy, was not of, holy yeah, woo. It was, wow, we're thinking so small. Which, I guess to some is a cool thing, like, wow, that's cool, he's thinking bigger. But to not look back and really be grateful for that. And I'm someone that I freaking practice gratitude every single day. But when it comes to my personal accomplishments, I haven't owned them. I haven't allowed myself to be happy with those things. I've constantly challenged myself to more. And so fast forward a little bit, and I got to give you a little bit of background here, and then then we can talk more. So we have our first $1 million year. It's like, wow, yeah, awesome, right? But I didn't really celebrate. I really didn't. I was just like, sweet, check. That's all it was. Check. We had our first $2 million year. Hardly any emotion there. We had our first $1 million month this year. Check. Then we made $1 million in 3 days. We ran our event in Tampa, Florida. We sold coaching. We did $1 million in revenue. 3 days. 3 days. $1 million. And I never even celebrated that. I never even stopped and said, holy shit, people see value in what I do. And I'll tell you, I've been walking around this conference this whole weekend, and people have been thanking me over and over and over. People coming up to me, you've changed my life, you changed my life. And I haven't been accepting it. I haven't been allowing it. I'm like, oh, thanks, oh, that's great, cool. But I haven't really allowed it. I haven't accepted that that we've done some cool things. And so, I don't know. I don't know if how this is coming across or whatever. But I just really realized, and something happened the other day that has changed my life. And it's like, I'm so golly, man. In the Steve Jobs Stanford address, he talks about how you connect the dots and you realize that certain things had to happen to get you to where you want to go. We're on track to double last year. And so income-wise, we're good. We're good. We've done good financially. That is no longer, I understand the science of achievement. I understand how to make money. Got it. I'm good. But I wasn't allowing myself to be fulfilled. I wasn't celebrating those wins. I was just only using that as leverage for the next thing. And I wasn't, I don't know, man. What happened? What happened? I don't know. I really don't know, because I became so fervent about goals that now it's like, you know, it's weird. I mean, yesterday, I just looked at the credit card statements. Yesterday, while I was in Vegas at this event, we made $30,000. And that's just, I'm not talking about affiliate programs. I'm not talking about MLM income. I'm talking about from my website, $30,000 yesterday on a day I didn't promote anything. And you know, I didn't even register that. I was just like, oh, sweet. That's more than I made in 2009. What the hell? What's wrong? Where did something go wrong where I lost just acknowledging friggin' awesomeness? But something happened. And again, you know, you connect the dots. So many of you saw my Periscope when I talked about how I texted Eric. And, you know, Eric, I was very honored, you know, that Eric asked me to speak out here. Very, very grateful. And, you know, he's someone that I look up to. He's playing bigger than anyone I personally know right now. You know, right now. I mean, I know guys that have built bigger businesses and bigger companies, and I have coaches that have done, you know, bigger, you know, money, you know, that kind of thing. But currently in the game right now, I don't know anyone else that's playing bigger than Eric. And so Eric invited me out to this event. I'm like, great, yeah, awesome. Well, my wife was, you know, 8 days overdue, right? She was due October 1st with our baby, and October 8th, no baby. And, you know, I don't know if I shared this on the original one, but she was like, okay, let's, you know, you got to go to that event. You got to share the stage with Tony Robbins. You got to go out there and be able to say that you shared the stage with Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor. And she said, I'm going to get induced. And so last Thursday, she was scheduled. She's scheduled to get induced on Friday. Now, I'll tell you something about my wife. I am so out of my league with my wife, and I don't mean looks. I don't mean looks. Yes, she is freaking beautiful. She's amazing. But holy shit, how did I get someone like her? How did I get someone so wise, someone so freaking amazing? You know, she did everything right during the pregnancy. Everything. You know, she didn't have sushi. She didn't have coffee. She didn't have, I mean, she was just so strict. I mean, we did every baby class on the planet. We did spinning babies. We did, you know, she did hypnobirthing. We did multiple, you know, baby CPR. We did all these different things. She did everything perfect. And yet, here she was willing to go and do something she did not want to do because she wanted to support me. I'm just so out of my league it's just so amazing how unbelievable she is. And you know, I considered it. I was like, yeah, you know, it really does make sense for me to speak on stage. You know, you know, hey, I'll be honest, man. I mean, that's what I was thinking. And then I thought, you know, and I did share this on the Periscope. We do this business for the family, not the other way around. And so I said, no, cancel the inducement. You're not getting induced. And there's nothing, you know, hey, some people are, you know, I don't have anything against inducement. She just didn't want to do it. That's my point. So I'm not saying there's anything bad with inducement, whatever. She just didn't want to do it, but she was going to do it because she wanted me to come out here and speak. And so I said, cancel the inducement. I texted Eric. I said, hey, man, baby's not here. No way I'm coming to Vegas if baby isn't here. And I so appreciate you, you know, whatever. 10 minutes later, her water breaks. And we have baby Sabrina last Friday morning. So she's a week old as of today. And, you know, the other day, I've only shared this with a couple people. I haven't shared it on Periscope. But the other day, you know, I'm doing my morning routine. And my morning routine is, let me tell you, I'm ruthless. I'm ruthless about my morning routine. I'm just, Jess knows, and don't mess with me during my morning routine. It's not going to end pretty, right? I'm morning routine. I do my stuff in the morning, and I'm very, very focused in the morning. And the other day, this was a couple days ago, I'm, right in the middle of my morning routine. I got all these things that I'm knocking out, taking care of, and I walked by the bassinet, and Sabrina's in there, and I just stopped, and I just looked at her, and I just sat down, and for like 10 minutes, I just stared at her. And it's like, I don't do that stuff. Like, I just don't, and not during my morning routine. And, I just looked at her, I'm just like, man, she's just so amazing. She is so awesome. And then, I come out here, and great event. I mean, I got lots of notes, I got lots of stuff to share with you guys, and then Tony Robbins. You connect the dots. Every one of those things were meant to happen. Every one of those things. It was meant to happen that I didn't appreciate those different things. See, some people would hear this story and be like, I can't believe he's not appreciative. I sure would be if I made $1 million, right? See, that was meant to happen, or else I wouldn't have shown up here with that kind of realization. I wouldn't have shown up here. It was meant to happen for that inducement to be booked and for us to cancel. It meant to happen for me to text Eric. Because if I didn't, then that means that I do value business over family. If I didn't send that text, if I went against my gut and I told my wife, yeah, go with the induction, right? What if something would happen? I can't even comprehend. If something would have happened, I can't even comprehend. I would not be equipped for that. I'm just letting you know. I would not be equipped. And all of those things were meant to happen. All of them, every single one of them. Being here, the text, the inducement, the cancel, the text to Eric, the non-appreciation of the different things that we've done. And all of those things had to happen. And, that's maybe a lesson. It was meant to happen. Some of you don't know this because I don't share it very often. It was meant to happen for me to not have the greatest childhood. That was meant to happen. It wouldn't have made me who I am. There were I'll just tell you, most mornings when I lived with my dad and my stepmom, I was woken up by my ankles being grabbed and thrown against a closet and stomped. That was most mornings. She hated me. And the reality is, I just think there were a lot of people that abused her emotionally, and I was the easy target. But see, I could go around moping about that. I could go around saying, man, who would I be if I had a perfect childhood? Or I could say that was meant to happen. That was meant to happen. And that doesn't mean that I'm justifying it or, yeah, I needed that. Let's not, get weird. But that was meant to happen. And if you look at the things in your life as anything but meant to happen, then you're fooling yourself. And you're painting a story that cannot end well. It cannot end well. If you're saying that, hey, that, divorce wasn't meant to happen, or this wasn't meant to happen, or it means that something in your past has happened that's completely altered your future, which is not the case. It isn't the case. Okay? It was meant to happen. It was meant to happen for all of these things for me to calculate and say, boy, I've never really realized how well we've done, how much impact we've had. I mean, I've had people every second at this event, people rushing up to me and thanking me. And until Tony talked, I'll be honest, I didn't accept it. I didn't. Because I took it as, yeah, that's my job. I honestly take, create content, move people, impact people. I treat it like my job. I'm like that. Just what I'm supposed to do. But I don't accept. I haven't been accepting. And let me tell you, any of you that I bumped into after Tony, you probably noticed something different, because I feel like there's no limits now, and I no longer have to run by some weird rule book. See, I've had this kind of weird rule book. I've had all these rules in my head of this is how a business is ran, and this is how I should operate, and I don't see that anymore. Seeing, and I'm the first guy to, if a speaker gets up and like move around, I just hate it. I hate it. I'm like, I don't need to do this stuff. I don't want to look stupid, right? That's what I'm really saying. That's what I'm really saying in my head. I don't say it, but I'm like, I'm good, right? But that simple act said to me, hey, be okay with really throwing your all into it. And so by the end of his talk, I was jumping up and looking goofy like everyone else. And that I'm just very grateful. Very grateful for Eric for putting together this event. Grateful for everything that's happened. Just so grateful. And there was another thing that Eric said that impacted me. And Eric said that he used to try to impress people that really never were impressed by him. Well, that's my dad. That's my dad. I've like been on this never-ending treadmill to try to impress him, and the weird thing is, it's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing. And so now I get it. Eric said he used to, try to impress people that, weren't impressed by him. And instead he turned his attention to the people that did want to be around him. So, you're going to see some changes. You're going to see some different things come out of Camp Higdon, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you guys have seen Avengers. I like Marvel stuff, right? Kind of a dork. But it reminds me of the Ultron bit where he says, "There are no strings on me," and that's how I feel. I feel like we've been able to accomplish a lot, and if you look at our trajectory, it's been amazing. It's been great. Maybe I didn't allow and accept and really own it, and own the difference between being in foreclosure to being able to buy a house, cash, not realize, maybe I didn't own that, but now I get it. And now I also get that not only am I going to appreciate each and every thank you I ever get, okay? And I'm so grateful for all of you guys on here and the people that will watch this recording. I'm just so grateful for you guys. I'm so honored to have done some things right, to have a platform to make a difference. And so we're just getting started, man. God, are we just getting started? We are just so it's a different ball game now. It's completely different. And I just want you guys to know that I am more dedicated than ever to impact you guys, to do everything in my human power to help you get to the next level, to change your life, to have you have such joy in your life, such amazing experiences, that just be prepared, man. It's going to be a little different. And so I love you guys very much. I'm so grateful for you. Every single person that came up to me in Vegas and thanked me, I'm just so honored. I'm so honored. And so many of you I've never met, just so honored. And just know, man, I got your back. And we're we're going to help you get to that next level, man. So I haven't kind of been zoned out. I haven't been reading the comments here, but thank you. I'm seeing some really cool stuff. I appreciate that. I'm glad that our connection worked. Imagine that. It was meant to happen. Yeah, thanks. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. I will let you know that I did change my flight. So I am heading back tomorrow morning to be with Jessica and Sabrina. And so I won't see you guys at the event tomorrow, for those of you who are in Vegas. But, you know, get the most out of it. And just know that, hey, you know, you got this, man. You got this. There's another thing I want to share with you from Tony. Learn to trade your expectations for appreciation. Okay? Start appreciating what's going on in your life. And instead of looking at, you know, why don't you have certain things, look at what you do have. You know, I look at, you know, my different challenges. You know, one of the best times of my life, this is going to sound crazy, one of the best times of my life was being in foreclosure and making a decision that I was going to change it. Do you know, that was one of the best times of my life? Being so hungry that I would prospect anybody. I was making calls like crazy. I barely make any calls anymore. Barely make any calls. I don't need to, right? But being so hungry back then, embrace that hunger. Don't lose that hunger. Embrace that hunger. If you're in tough times right now, embrace it and start to learn to appreciate it. Start to appreciate that you are going to build a story that's going to inspire people. And I love, you know, another thing that Tony said, he said, you're never out of resources, you're just out of resourcefulness. Get more resourceful. You got this. You have what it takes inside of you. Stop looking at well, how do I do it? Or how do I do this? How do I do that? And just understand that you have so much power in you. So much power in you. You got this. You can change the world. And you can absolutely change your world. And I'm going to be so grateful for every single second of being a part of your journey. So, thank you guys. Deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I believe in you guys. And there are no